Hello, Master Duel Central. How's it going, guys? So, as promised, we compressed the ADAMANCIPATOR deck a little bit. As much as I love the 60 card pile with the grass is greener, 2 grass, it's just not doing it, especially without the Union Carrier for the boost in consistency. So, we're gonna have to move on to like a more 40 card-ish build. Here I'm playing 41. It's because I wanted to add the DD Crow. I think DD Crow is super solid in this format in particular. Well, it doesn't completely stop Mathmech, but it does stop them from going into the Laplacian. You can activate DD Crow to banish the Diameter in response to their trap card, and then they can only make like a Mathmech Alimbertion and search a card instead of getting to loop one out of your hand and potentially a monster on your field as well. So I think this is really important to play right now. It can also kind of come up against Runic. It is kind of useless against Floowandereeze and not that good against Sword Soul. So, you know, you could just remove this if you wanted to and run 40. Honestly, for your hand traps, that's your call. It's your meta call. Some people like to run Droll a lot right now, and that is very interesting. I am considering it. What I'm going to do for you guys, we're going to have one live duel. Then I have a really good replay going second against Dragon Link. And after that, I'm going to go, as always, through the card by card, go a little bit more in depth. But yeah, let's get into it. All right, so as you can see, guys, we are now in Diamond Rank. So let's go test it out in Diamond Rank, see how ADAMANCIPATOR matches up to the meta. They're making us go second. I hate to see that. I really don't like to see that. We do run a good amount of hand traps, so perhaps we'll get lucky depending what we're playing against. But yeah, we'll just see here. So we've got an Ash Blossom. But we do have a full hand of ADAMANCIPATORs, which is really good. If they're playing a like negate heavy deck, we're going to be able to bait out a lot of those negates very easily. So this is actually a really good hand. Oh, Lord. No. That's awful. Against our deck, that is so bad. Okay, guys, so I'm not going to make you watch a whole turn of Floowandereeze. I'm just going to skip to the end and I'll tell you what they're doing because we are not watching this shit. I am not commentating a Floowandereeze turn. All right, guys, so their turn is finally over and they're passing on 2 set cards, one of which is the map. Not the map, I mean you know the one, the trap, the one they always set. Floowandereeze, what's it even called? Dreaming Town, okay. And they got the field spell and an Omni Negate. This is not good. Like, we're gonna have to try to not normal summon to not trigger the map here. And we do have an Ash, so if this is not a... Well, actually, we don't even care about Called By right now because of their Dimensional Shifter. So that's actually kind of good for us. But yeah, let's start it off with the Analyzer here. Let's see if they decide to use their Apex Avian. It seems like they do not. That's really good for us. So if we can... Oh, man, they're going for it right now. This is kind of good if they start with, like... specifically, okay, Robina, yeah, Robina or Eglin is good for us, so we can go Ash and they can't even Called By. Oh wait, no, because they can just chain block it with the Token. Gosh darn it, man. Oh, that's gross. Yeah, they can just chain block it. That's just the best. You love to see that. You absolutely love to see it, right? And I special the Analyzer in attack, which was a huge misplay in retrospect, because they can just summon M-Pen now. That was a huge misplay. At least the Dreaming Town got banished, so they won't get to do the flip effect. It's kind of scuffed, but what we're going to do, first off, we're going to normal summon the Guardian. So we don't have to think too much about Apex Avian. We normal summoned it, so we are allowed to use its effect, and they did not activate their map. Like, I thought they would activate it. That's kind of cool. So we won't... I was thinking we're going to normal summon the Guardian, they're going to go map, summon something, and then we'll have to negate that, but it seems like we don't have to do that at least. So now we can special out our Seeker in defense position this time. That was a big misplay on the Analyzer in attack position. No reason to put that in attack. That was my bad. So yeah, we're going to go Seeker here. And I'm just hoping to pull a level 4. If we get a level 4, we're doing great. Because we can use Analyzer and another level... Oh, perfect. Revival Golem is going to be perfect here. Oh, Roxy's even better. Roxy's even better. Honestly, Roxy's is going to generate so much advantage for us. And it kind of plays around M-Pen too, so we're actually going to go for Roxy's here. Going to go for Roxy's, plus like we have a second Seeker that's going to be completely dead in hand that we can banish from our hand with the Roxy's. So here we go. With Roxy's, we're going to go into the Meow Meow Moo. Oh wait, I'm an idiot. It gets banished. I forgot about Dimensional Shifter. Well, I just played myself. You guys just saw it right here. You saw it live. Misplay Central doing its thing. Alright, we got to get another level 4 now because of my massive misplay. It is what it is. It is what it is. What we want to get is just to a Dragite here. So we'll take any level 4 we can get, put it over Analyzer. Oh my goodness. Okay, oh my god, I was so scared. Okay, so let's special summon the Supplier here in defense position. Yeah, okay. And do this. Now we're not looking super good, but could be worse. It could be worse. We just got to do what we got to do here. We'll use these two. Want to keep that monster negate on the field just in case. We'll put it in defense position. And now we got to pray for some good pulls here. We really got to get some solid rocks going here. So go Risen. And we got to bounce. We got to get bouncing. We got to bounce everything, really. Got to bounce everything on here. So we got 1 rock, 2 rocks. You know what? 2 rocks is good enough. Yeah. I really wanted a way to stop that back row, but getting rid of these guys is a lot more important, to be honest. And I really feel like they should have used their Apex Avian there. I don't really get why they didn't. Kind of worried about what that back row is now, but yeah. Well, now we can just play, so that's good. We're going to go for a Risen here using the Quackimira Guardian. I'm just going to put them on no hand traps, basically, at this point. Just going to assume they got nothing. That looked like something. It's kind of scary. Maybe I should actually... Oh, man, I should have went for an Appaloosa here. Yeah, if that's a Nibiru, we're, like, omega screwed. Okay, special summon a monster, yes. I guess I want the analyzer. Just the possibility of getting a tuner here is too good. And we'll return the rest. Yeah. Oh, wow. And we get to use it now because it was an attack earlier. First, we're actually going to make a Baron de Fleur just in case they do have the Nibiru. We really don't want to mess with that. Really, really don't want to mess with that. And I should have put analyzer in attack at this point, to be honest. We can also get rid of that back row, so we won't have to think about that anymore. And we're currently at 6,200 damage. So let's go Baron the Flare here. Really, if we hit anything, we can go for game. That just adds to hand, right? And they gain 500 life points. I'm going to just Ash it. Like, we have the Ash, we might as well use it. Okay. Okay, so it's all good. We were never punished. Never punished for the misplay with Analyzer. We get to use it now. And there it goes. There it goes. We got a monster. We win the game. Does Doki Doki have to send? Yeah, it just discards. Yeah, we could discard the Guardian, get a level 4. At this point, I'm not really worried about any hand traps, to be honest. Because I think the only one they could possibly have that would be of any impact right now would be Nibiru. And we can negate it. So, Doki Doki, we can pretty much summon any level 4 here. Does not really matter. I just want to go into a level 10 Synchro. We can actually... no, Xeno Guitar not really going to help here. Let's just go for another Roxy's, get those out of the deck. Either way, I don't think they're living to see another turn here. We're going to go Cheng Ying, and that's going to be game. Using all 3 of these. And that's game. Yeah, they really boosted my Cheng Ying with that. We got 12 cards in the Banish pile. Cheng Ying is huge right now. All right, let's go to battle. And that's going to be it. Oh my god. Fluanderies put in their place. You'll love to see it. Let's end the game with the Meow Meow Moo, just to add insult to injury here. Okay, good shit, good shit. So you guys saw me right there, completely dismantle a Fluanderies player. I played through my own misplays. That's how good the deck is. It even plays through your own misplays. That's how good Adamancipator is right now. We're going to go into a replay here, going second against Dragon Link. So let's get into it. All right, so this replay here is against someone in a duel room. So you can see their hand here. It's a Dom from the Discord. And they're playing Dragon Link. Now, I am going to fast forward this a little bit. They basically set up, if I recall, like 2 negates. Feels like Dom went a little extra to get 2 negates. Like, I'm just saying, at this point, just play Sword Soul, man. If you want 2 negates, you don't got to play for 30 hours. Just play Sword Soul. But here we go. Top deck Analyzer. You love to see it. Without this, I'm pretty sure we lost the game. So we go Analyzer effect here. They're going to activate their Borreload Savage Dragon. They want to stop us from getting into those searches. Sadly for them, they don't know that we already have block in hand, so everything we do here is just to bait out stuff pretty much. We're going to go Seeker. They're going to negate the Seeker using the Borland, so then we can summon Roxy's, go into Meow Meow Moo, and at this point you already know it's GG's. The Roxy's will trigger Engrave, and Supplier will trigger Enhance the special summon itself. We get the special summon Dropsies thanks to the, Dropsies thanks to the Roxy's. We go into Dragite, and Dragite will reveal a couple of monsters here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 rocks, so 4 rocks, brother. Bounce everything to hand. At this point, it's already GG's. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I just kind of wanted to show off the deck, so I started just pressing buttons, because people were watching the game in the Discord chat, and they were just kind of asking like, bro, there's no way you can make a Changying. So I was just showing the people just how many buttons you can press here. So we go Raptite, summon out the Researcher effect, gonna bring out another monster from the deck here, summon the Revival Golem. Then we'll special out the the Block Dragon, make ourselves a Changying using Block Dragon as well as Researcher, and we get to search out an Analyzer, a Researcher, and a Seeker. Special out the Analyzer since we had not yet specialed it out using its own effect. Make ourselves a Unicorn using Analyzer as well as our Raptide. We make ourselves a Savage Dragon, equipping Cock-a-Doodle-Doo, and then we can banish a couple of cards to summon Block Dragon, and we got a 4,000 to the face ×2, baby. Yeah, I'm vibing with Adamancypators. When you're running less cards, it really helps the deck. I think that little consistency boost is really helpful. Let's go check out the deck list. Okay, so as I was saying, I think just running less cards in the deck, running this smaller package, as always, it's going to boost consistency. And, you know, it's just not really worth it with 2 grass. You're almost never going to get the grass. And plus, we're losing the Union Carrier, which means we lose that, like, little extra consistency boost if you only draw, like, 2 random monsters and can't really extend further in weird ways. So, honestly, I think now it really is just the way to go. You're going to have to run more, like, 40-ish cards. It's great to go like up to 43, 45 with this deck because it does all that excavation, which is just insane, right? Like imagine if you could activate Pot of Prosperity 3 times in 1 turn. That's basically what this deck does. So it's definitely still really, really solid, and I think you can run a couple of extra cards instead of just 40. Like I could see 44, 45 working really well. So we got the 1 copy of DD Crow, 1 copy of Veiler, triple Maxi, triple Doki Doki, 1 copy of Dropsies, 3 copies of Seeker, 3 Researcher, triple Ash Blossom, 1 Gigantes. Gigantes is absolutely amazing as an extender, and it's also a way to trigger your Sword Soul Supreme Sovereign Changying. It's actually a really, really good card, especially since we're running Changying in the deck, and I think Changying is really good in general because we do so much banishing in this deck in particular. Anyway, 2 copies of Kowakimeru Guardian. This is one of your best normal summons. You love normal summoning this card and then specialing the Researcher, because if they Ash the Researcher, you can just negate it with the Guardian. It's just a really, really, really good card. You absolutely must run it. Honestly, sometimes I think maybe I should run 3, but then like when you don't have these guys, the extenders, with a Kowakimeru Guardian, you feel kind of dumb. Like I've seen people pass on just Guardian, so that's why I just run 2. Then we've got 1 copy of Revival Golem and 1 copy of Tackle Crusaders. These are mostly dumps off of Xenoguitar, but they're also like a good dump off of Miracle Rupture, which I'm just running a 1 of. We got 3 copies of Prank Kid Roxy's, double Analyzer, triple Supplier. I think Supplier, the reason you run 3 and you only run 2 Guardian is just because getting that extra rock in your hand can really help at setting up your Block Dragon worst case scenario. So it just helps generate advantage and stuff. So I think that's why. It's also because it special summons itself, so it's an extender in a way too. Like let's say you summon a Roxy's and you were to go into Meow Meow Moo, and then you get to special summon Supplier and search a Guardian, you know, and your plays just kind of extend from there. We've got 2 copies of Xenoguitar. Really, really good card. If you banish it from the grave, you can send your Block Dragon to the graveyard. So really important in your setup. Oftentimes you'll dump it with the Rupture or the Foolish. Well, if you have Foolish, you're probably going to dump Block Dragon. Let's be real here. But if you have Block Dragon in your hand, you know, you dump him with the Foolish, then you use his effect off of the Block Dragon Banish, and you can send maybe a Revival Golem. Like the plays, just they're endless, right? There's so many things you can do in Adamancypators. 2 copies of Called By, 1 copy of Crossout Designator, and the 1 Imperm for the Crossout. I'd like to run 2 Imperm, but I don't know. Like I don't want to run too many cards. Like I feel like it'd be pretty safe to do this. But I'm like, you know what, I'll keep it as close to 40 as possible for me. We've got 1 copy of Raptide in the extra, 1 copy of Savage, 1 copy of Adamancipator Risen Dragite. We've got 1 copy of Baron de Fleur, 1 copy of Baguska. This is like a pretty good like throwaway play if you got nothing, you know? Like, or if they activate Max C and you're like, oh bruh, I'm not extending under Max C. Well, at least you can pass on a Baguska, and against certain decks, it will do the job. Against other decks, it won't do shit. So, you know, depends on the matchup. Pretty good against Mathmech, though, because they can't really use their XCs, and that helps a lot, actually. We got the 1 copy of Gallant Granite. Of course, this is your main way of searching Block Dragon, and if you already have Block, or, like, you need to get your play started and you don't really want to search Block, another good play with it is just to search your Researcher. Like, if you can get 2 level 4s on the field, activate this, search Researcher, special Researcher. Since this guy's a rock, you can just special it and get your plays going that way. So sometimes it's better to just search a Researcher. We got got 1 copy of Meow Meow Moo, of course. 1 copy of Dada Doodle Doo. You gotta run that Doodle Doo. We got 1 copy of IP Masquerena and the Unicorn, of course, package. It's just, you just love to run this. Now we're running the Earth Charmer. This is actually a pretty interesting card against Mathmech. Next, we have the Geonator Transverser. So Geonator Transverser, really important in the deck because it's a rock monster, which means basically if you're link climbing, you can get it in the grave and it gives you an extra rock in the grave to banish off of Block Dragon. It also makes it so you can keep your IP Masquerena for later in your turn, which is really good. Sometimes you even want to pass on the Masquerena, so having to waste it early in your turn is kind of lame. You want to protect your biggest link, so if you're link climbing using IP Masquerena, it feels like you're kind of wasting it. Obviously, we're running the Appaloosa and the Access Code. These cards, I mean, they're in almost every deck, right? You just got to run them. But yeah, that's a deck list. I hope you guys like it. I hope you enjoy the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers by the summer, and I think we can do it. Also, huge shout out to my UCT tier members. That would be Raptor, Bongerman for 20, Dad Dude Joey, WHODAMANME, Rightoast, Brett Webster, and Hit or Miss JT. Thank you guys so much for the support. That's going to be it for me. Peace.